meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife.
And how you doing, how you living, how you feeling, folks? Back for another episode of the City Night Lights Podcast. Now, of course, brought to you by the Idiots Podcast Network. I'm your host. My name is Zach. I'm Idiot Number 0. And as always, we're glad to be back in the podcast studio. Now, this is going to be an exciting podcast. You know, we saw the Mets make a big free agency splash. I mean, how big it is, I guess, is really all dependent to you and what your, definition of big is. But we actually went out and signed J.D. Martinez on a 1-year, $12 million deal. Now, as a Met fan, I'm very, very excited about signing J.D. Martinez. He was someone that we had looked at throughout the year as potentially signing, and then, this free agency period had gone so long, we finally pick him up in March to play to be our everyday DH, and I'm really, really excited about that. J.D. Martinez has been a quality bat in the league for a long time. The guy's been playing 13 years of baseball. He's been here since 2011. But like I said, the guy's just a high-quality bat. Now, I'm looking at his stats on Pro Baseball Reference. Got to use the Baseball Reference page. I mean, over the last, since 2018 to 2023, was that 6 years, 7 years? Right, let's pull that up. He's absolutely killing it. And that's including the COVID year. I mean, he's on an average of 125 games, hitting 27 home runs, 88 RBIs a year. And I'll be honest with you, I'll take that. I mean, it looks like his average through that 5-year period, or 5-year, 5-year period, my bad. Or actually 6 years, 6 years. Okay, I was right. Bats about 290. I mean, has an OPS of .89 and hits, OPS plus a 135. Like, I can't ask for more out of our DH. A guy that we got for $1 million. He's really quite a flexible signing. It's something I really enjoyed. But just to talk about his hitting and what he brings to the plate, I'm very excited for JD. I think this is the type of bat we've needed to protect Pete Alonso in the lineup. This is going to be our true 5-hitter. So I'm very excited to see, or maybe he's even our 4-hitter, but I'm just very excited to see JD Martinez in the lineup. I really feel like he makes this Mets lineup just feel significantly more complete than it had prior. I'm not going to lie to you, I think the Mets lineup looked decent prior to the signing of J.D. Martinez, but now I really feel confident in it. I like Nimmo out there, what's called being our leadoff guy. Lindor and Pete are solid. Having J.D. to back up Pete is going to be awesome. Hopefully we can see a bounce-back season of McNeil. Same thing with Starling Marte. I would love to see Alvarez and Beatty, potentially Vientos, develop a little bit more and see what we have out of those 3 guys. And then we also have Harrison Bader. So, I'm really excited to see where this lineup goes. I like the things we've done to it. We picked up Tyrone Taylor to be a backup outfielder. We picked up Joey Wendell to be a backup infielder. I really do like the moves we made in terms of the offensive side of the ball. I think we added enough. But J.D. Martinez really just, I think he puts us over the edge. He makes us a quality team, and that 82 and a half over-under, it just makes it feel all the more realistic for the Mets when you add a guy like J.D. Martinez, especially with how suspect our pitching looks right now. Now, granted, we do have Kodai Senga throwing again, seemingly a lot earlier than many people had thought, so I'm very excited about that. I had originally said that this injury is going to be about a month long. Seemingly, everyone else, in the media sphere said it was going to be about a, 2-month injury, but seemingly I was right. Just want to put that out there. I was right. Now, we'll carry on because I probably mentioned it in a really short part of some random Mets video way back when. Maybe it was talking with Adam. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But regardless of that, I like J.D. Martinez. I really do. And now, the thing is, if the Mets season goes awry, the one good thing is that, signing a 1-year, $12 million deal, it really does allow us to go, hey, JD, we're not in contention. We want to send you to somewhere that's in contention. Where are you looking to go? And he's the type of guy that at the free agent deadline, at the midseason deadline, he's someone that's definitely going to be a hot commodity if the Mets are bad. He adds value to pretty much any team he steps onto. He's a quality hitter. Every team can use a guy like J.D. Martinez to be in their 5-6 spot without a doubt in my mind. So, picking up a guy like JD, very, very big to me. It adds another veteran to the clubhouse. Someone who's just a high quality hitter. Hopefully, this helps the Mets with their their runners in scoring position problem. That's been something that's been going on since I was a little kid. The Mets have had this strange issue where the second there's runners in scoring position, their averages, they drop from like 300 to like 100. So I would like to see, hopefully, the Mets can just be a average team at hitting with runners in scoring position. I think that would go a significantly long way for the Mets just being a high quality team. Many years I've seen the Mets just, if they could hit the fucking runners in, they'd be halfway decent and they'd win a hell of a lot more games. Now, I mean, I'm just excited. I'm very excited for JD to come to the Mets. And now if this, let's say the Mets season works out, I think there's another situation where we do see JD Martinez stay. This is the type of contract you make to a player where you go, hey, if we're not contending, we can sell you. But if we are contending, maybe we decide we want to re-sign you the next year. Maybe we want to give you a bigger deal. So this really kind of opens the negotiating door with JD Martinez. I'm very happy about that. It's another Boris client. Him and Pete Alonso are both Boris clients. So hopefully, we're able to get Pete Alonso this year. Hopefully that's maybe a goodwill signing towards Boris, something that helps us reacquire Pete in the coming season. Now, with that being said, I don't have a lot else left. I mean, the Mets are interesting. Let's see real quick. Pitching-wise, we still have Senga out, but I do expect Senga back earlier than many people thought. Bullpen looks solid. But yeah, I mean, outside, in our starting rotation, it's going to be a little interesting. Between Sevy, Minaya, and Hauser, I guarantee you that one of the three is actually good and the other two are just kind of mid to bad. I think that's what we're going to see out of these guys. We're really taking shots in the dark to see who's going to be a quality pitcher. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting. I really do think that Sevy has the highest opportunity just because he's probably the most talented pitcher in terms of those three guys to be, what he once was in terms of an effective starter. But, then for me, I have Sean Manaea at number 2. Sean Manaea is another guy we've seen actually have real big league success and be quite successful and, quite effective at it. Adrian Hauser, I have some worries. I still like Eric Lauer a little bit more, but that's a guy who's still in the free agent pool. So, could be picked up by your team today. You never know. Now, with that being said, folks, I really do like the Mets team. I like what they've done. Let's see if we can get the Mets over under total wins this year real quick. I don't want the Yankees. I want the Mets. I want the Mets. We're the Mets. We the Mets. All right. Looks like it's at 81.5 across all the major sporting books. Honestly, I don't mind 81.5. I think taking the over on that feels pretty solid. I wouldn't be afraid of it, especially with the addition of JD Martinez. Now, you're taking that bet with the assumption the Mets have been good enough early season to not sell. Now, I don't know. The Mets get very Metsy sometimes, so you never know how that's going to fold out. Now, with that being said, I really appreciate you guys coming out, listening, spending some time with me, listening about JD Martinez. It's an exciting time in Mets fandom. So, with that being said, don't be afraid to hit that like button, subscribe button. Don't be afraid to comment down below. I will respond. And, just excited to be back. Excited for baseball. Baseball's right around the corner. So let's get ready for that. Now, with that being said, folks, have a great day and stay idiotic.